In this Bondi Vet compilation, our vets get wet and wild to save amazing sea creatures.
Now I look like a seal. Sharks hate seals, right?
From a gripping underwater rescue.
I'm all too aware of the fact that we're on a strict time limit here. We only have 10 minutes with this shark.
To life-changing specialist surgery.
But it's blinding her, so the only option is to surgically take it out.
And even a heartwarming goodbye.
There's no greater gift than being able to do that.
Our Bondi Vets go above and beyond to save these wondrous marine animals.
Honestly, it is one of the most touching experiences of my life.
Now, I've treated some difficult patients in some difficult locations, but this might just top all of those. The open ocean and a shark, but today could be life-saving.
Chris is in the Sydney suburb of Manly. He's meeting up with Dr Rob Jones and a team of specialist divers from Sea Life Sanctuary.
All right, so we're just about ready to go.
They're about to attempt a groundbreaking grey nurse shark rescue mission.
Rob? Chris, how are you?
Good to see you. Obviously didn't get the memo about the dress code.
No, but this is how we dress to save sharks, basically.
No, this could be quite the day.
Oh, look, really hopeful. Like, this could be just wonderful. I mean, these sharks are critically endangered. We know there's one out there with a hook in it. We've just got to get out there, hope we can find it, get it up, get the hooks out.
Not going to be easy, though.
Not going to be easy, but...
I've got my gear, you got yours?
We're good to go.
Let's get out there.
OK.
The aim of today's unusual rescue is to try and save a young female shark which could be in serious trouble.
These sharks are classified as being critically endangered. There's only around 1,500 maximum along the east coast of Australia. These sharks are quite young in this colony where we're going into today, so they're essentially the future of the entire species.
Recreational divers spotted the distressed shark entangled in fishing line and with a hook in its mouth at Magic Point, a few hundred metres offshore.
I imagine these hooks, if they've been in there for a while, they're not going to be easy to get out.
No, some of them are pretty deeply embedded, and whether we'll be able to get the whole hook out or not, or just actually cut it off at the base of the jaw, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but we're on the clock, aren't we, once that shark comes out?
Once that shark hits the deck, 10 minutes is about the ceiling. I really don't like keeping them up for any longer than that.
Okay. But I guess the biggest challenge initially is first of all finding the shark.
Yep.
And then actually catching it, really.
Yeah, they're down in 16, 17 metres of water, so it's a pretty big task.
Yep.
It will be a risky operation to try to save this injured and critically endangered grey nurse shark.
What we're trying to attempt today is essentially a world-first technique. I mean, we're going into a shark's habitat, trying to corral it, catch it, bring it to the surface and remove something that could ultimately threaten its life. So it's ambitious, it's risky, but we've got a good team today, so we're every chance. All right, this is the spot. It's called Magic Point. Trying to get the weddy on and get under there. There are a couple of really important stages in this whole process. First of all, I'm going to go down with the other team and try to find the shark that has the hook. The capture team is going to move in with what is essentially a large sock. On the base of the sock, there's a stretcher. If they can herd her into the sock, then I'll close it over the top of her and bring it to the surface.
It's all systems go now, Chris.
It is.
Get down and bring up that shark.
In order to help this shark, first of all, we have to find her. So I'm heading down into the cave where she normally resides, and hopefully we'll spot her there.
But as soon as they get to the cave, there's a problem.
You look in there, and there are 6 sharks looking back at you. And these sharks are all of a pretty similar size, so we have to try to find the shark that has the hook. It's going to be tricky.
While Chris and the team are trying to find their patient, on deck, Rob is making sure everything is prepared for the shark's arrival.
We really want to try and have the sharks on the deck for probably under 10 minutes, so we do want to move and work pretty quickly. The sooner we can get it back into its own environment, the better.
The team is struggling to find the injured shark when suddenly one of the divers spots fishing line coming out of a shark's gills.
Now that we have a confirmed sighting, the capture team is now going to move in and bring it to the surface.
They have to work fast while ensuring their patient doesn't become stressed.
It'll be showtime. Fire up this oxygen. Yep. Okay.
With the shark now on the surface, the pressure to find the hook is on, but it won't be easy.
This shark is a female. She's more than 1.5 metres long. She's at that age now where she's setting herself up for hopefully a long breeding future. But this fishing hook and this fishing line could prevent all of that.
Chris, you want to grab that pole? Just see.
I'm all too aware of the fact that we're on a strict time limit here. We only have 10 minutes with this shark out of the water. We've got to get moving.
The team can already see the fishing wire coming out of the gills. Now they have to find the hook.
Yeah, I can see some lines. That some line at the base of that tongue there. It's looking pretty deep, isn't it? Yeah. So the hook's gone in.
Yeah.
It's swallowed it down so far. Yeah. But the hook has actually gone into its digestive system.
Yeah, it'll be down in the esophagus.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we can't get the hook out. It's too far down.
Yep.
And we don't have endoscope or anything like that. So we're just going to have to accept that's what it is.
Yep.
Hope it's one of those hooks that will rust out.
Okay. Whilst we'd obviously love to be going inside her and removing that hook, it would only put her life in more danger. So really, we have to cut the line at the level of the gills and give her some antibiotics and multivitamins. With some time, that hook should corrode and actually pass through a system quite naturally. All right, needle coming out.
Right. Beautiful.
Coming up 8 minutes, Rob.
Thanks, Dave.
For this shark, really, we've done what we can. And given her body condition isn't too bad at the moment, she's a really good chance of mounting a really strong recovery. Now it's time to get her back in the water.
Okay. Up and out. She's out of the water, so we need to move fast.
After all the mayhem of the last 9 minutes, she actually goes into the water quite gracefully. She's just gently caressed into the water and then swims off.
She's off. Very strong.
Yeah. And we've managed to buy her some time.
She's going to have a much better chance now than she did half an hour ago.
Exactly.
No question at all.
Yeah.
Look, we're happy because this shark has now got a chance that it wouldn't have had before we did this today, and the whole procedure's gone smoothly. Everyone that we can get up, de-hook, has the potential to be a future breeding adult in this population. So pretty happy with the way it's gone.
Timmy.
G'day.
Full surprises, aren't you, mate?
Hey.
Come straight through.
She is.
Tim has arrived at the Bondi Clinic with a critically ill hawksbill turtle he's named Fluky.
Right, let's get it up here.
I know a sick animal when I see one, and this little turtle is in real strife. I really hope that Chris can do something and give her a chance at recovering.
So from what you know, she was found floating.
Correct.
Where?
40 kilometres offshore from Terrigal, just a little bit south, so basically straight east of Sydney.
Wow. And she is, what, at least 1,000 kilometres further south of the absolute limit of where she should be.
At least she's stuck on a ocean current, I guess, and too weak to fight it.
Tim's done absolutely the right thing in bringing Fluky in. I mean, straight away you can see she's in bad shape. But when you hear that she was found floating, well, that is a serious cause for concern. Those barnacles and this build-up of algae says that she's been floating for quite a while.
Yep.
And these guys feed off the bottom, usually grabbing the sea sponges and sea grasses and algae. So, I mean, she would not have eaten for at least a month.
But malnutrition isn't this little battler's only problem.
There's ballooning out of her skin here, which is quite strange. That's not something you normally see. So whether she's underweight and the skin's then become loose and doubled up around her neck, that's possible. Or there could be something else going on internally. You know, we've got what looks like an abscess here as well.
Yeah.
And that's just underneath that nasty cut on the flipper. I think a lot of what we're seeing with her is the result of her bobbing around in the ocean for a long time and not being able to go down into the water And she's been exposed to the wind, she's been exposed to the sun more than she normally would be.
Everything's just taken its toll.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that Fluke is still alive. She's obviously got a strong spirit. She's a fighter. I just hope she can hold on and go a little bit further.
And she's got a big battle on her hands here. The tragedy would be if she's come this far and then we lose her now. It's remarkable that she was found.
Yep.
It's even more remarkable she's still alive considering what she's been up against. We're getting a pretty clear picture of the outside of her. You know, we've got a nasty gash on this flipper here. We've got a little abscess underneath. We've got a lot of sunburn. And we've got just a collection of barnacles and algae on the surface. So there's no doubt the outside of it really worries me. It's what's inside, though, that's caused all this. So I think the next step is to actually put a needle into her body cavity, her coelom,
Yep.
and just see if we can find either air or some sort of fluid. And if that fluid's passed, then we know there's an infection that's in her body. There's just a little there.
Doesn't look pretty.
No, it doesn't. It does look like we've got some sort of infection in her body cavity. Right now, all the signs are pointing to the fact that Fluky may be suffering from something called floater syndrome. It's quite mysterious, and what we usually find is gas building up underneath the shell, usually in the gut. Quite often it's caused by an infection, but to really diagnose it, I need to do an X-ray. And to do that, I need to get creative. This might look a little bit strange, but really it's the only way of getting the shot that we need. And most importantly of all, it doesn't hurt Fluky whatsoever.
Okay. Happy?
X-ray.
What do you got?
Wow. See that?
I see a big black
Yeah.
area.
So normally in a turtle, their lungs are about there. So just a small space like that. Here, over half, or probably 3/4 of that body cavity is air.
Air.
So she's a floater. She's got floater syndrome.
Yeah.
The fact that we're pulling pus out of that body cavity says that she has an infection in there. That could have been the initial cause. That is the X-ray of a really, really sick turtle.
Yeah.
What Fluky really needs right now is an antibiotic injection. That way she can start fighting this infection straight away. Right. Even though she's a turtle, she's no different to any other animal. They get dehydrated when they're sick. So I need to give her some fluids. But what we'll do is give her about 15 or 20 mils now. To just start to rehydrate her. That nasty gash on Fluky's flipper is certainly hard to ignore, and really the best thing I can do right now is clean it up and get rid of any bacteria that are present.
Stings a bit.
Yeah. All right. Look, mate, I'm pretty happy that we've now stabilised her. So what she really needs now is to recover. So I'm thinking we take her over to Manly. Yep. And I know just the place for her.
You know, you do?
Yeah.
Good. I might say goodbye to both of you at this point, and good luck.
The reality is that Fluky's battles are only just beginning. She's still incredibly vulnerable, and my hope is that what I've done today proves to be enough. Oh, wow.
This way.
You're all prepared.
All prepared.
Amazing. So this is the new home.
Chris has found the ideal place for Fluky's much-needed rehabilitation.
Good luck, little girl. You're gonna feel better pretty soon.
The hawksbill turtle is suffering from floater syndrome and is about to begin the long road to recovery at the Manly Sea Life Sanctuary.
Fluky's doing it pretty hard at the moment. She has an uphill battle. The next couple of days will be critical for her. So what we hope is that Fluky will start showing us a few positive signs to show that she's on the way to recovery. So we'll do our best and whatever we can to help her out.
So that's fresh water at the moment, isn't it?
Yes. Freshwater is one of the first things we do when we do have rescue turtles. It does take care of all that barnacle growth on her shell and on her flippers and on her head. So hopefully they will fall off, and that's in addition to rehydrating her as well.
It seems strange to put Fluky into a tank that has such a low level of water. The fact is, when she's weak like this, having her in deep water means she could actually drown. By having that little island in the middle, means she can actually dock herself on there and rest up. And rest is what she needs. It's actually really encouraging to see her move around like that.
Good sign she's able to raise her head and take a breath by herself. So we'll see how Fluky goes, but we'll give her the best care possible and hopefully she makes a full recovery and time will tell.
The fact is right now, Fluky's health is balanced on a knife edge. She's got some weight to put back on. She's obviously got to get rid of that air that's inside her body cavity. But really, it's about her building up her strength and her immune system. If she can do that, we're a much better chance of getting that recovery we need here. Have I arrived at mealtime?
Hi, Dr. Chris.
How are you?
definitely have. Welcome back. Well, thank you. How are you?
Look at her.
A few weeks later, Chris has returned to the Manly Sea Life Sanctuary to check up on Fluky.
She's looking much, much better. She's sorted out all the buoyancy issues, so she's swimming very well.
And also, those barnacles are gone.
Yeah, the fresh water bath has taken care of those, and that's made her more active and way more healthy. So we've identified what our issue was. It comes down to something very small like that.
What is that?
So this is a little piece of latex or rubber. It's almost like part of a balloon.
Yeah.
So this was embedded in the top of Fluke's neck.
Where she had that swelling?
Exactly.
Wow. It doesn't seem like much, but when that little piece of rubber lodged in the skin folds around Fluky's neck, it caused a lot of swelling, and that swelling meant that she couldn't eat, and she found it hard to breathe. Every day would have been a struggle. It just shows you how tough it is for these guys out there.
Most definitely, and these types of things in the ocean are a huge risk to all of our marine life.
Obviously, there's one place that this piece of rubber comes from, and it's from us. It's from our waste. And it's just been a one-way trip for Fluky to being quite sick and quite unwell.
Fluky's recovery still has a long way to go. She needs to regain her condition to have any hope of being released back into the wild.
Well, look, keep up the great work.
Thank you, Dr. Chris. Thank you for visiting us again.
No worries, Fluky. I'll see you soon, girl.
4 months later, Chris is in Coffs Harbour to see a very special patient.
Hello, guys. How are you? G'day, Marina. Did you ever think this day would come?
I did have my doubts initially. She was in quite a bad way when you first brought her to us.
Fluky would have to be one of the most extraordinary patients I've ever had the pleasure of treating. She was found floating off the coast of Sydney, lost and alone, and really with no chance of survival. She was rescued by some fishermen who brought her into shore, and from there Tim Faulkner brought her to me, and then after that she's been cared for by Manly Sea Life. Hey, Fluky. Hey? This is a day that we almost didn't dream would ever happen. When she first came into me all those months ago, she was in terrible shape, desperately underweight, with infections all over her body and with a piece of rubber wrapped around her neck.
All her wounds are closed over, she's gained quite a nice weight and she's passed all of her pre-release checks. She's as good as new now, so it's all up to her. The team at Manly Sea Life Sanctuary are very, very, very happy to be able to release Fluky back home, where we hope that she will flourish and survive and grow into an adult that can then reproduce and do her bit for the species.
I'm sure she's got salt air in her nostrils.
I think so
she's
too.
Just raring to go.
I think so.
So, should we do it?
Let's do it.
We've chosen Coffs Harbour for a couple of reasons. First of all, the conditions are perfect. The water temperature is ideal at 25 degrees and the currents are really favourable. There's no reason why, once we get Fluky into that water, she won't take off and hopefully go back to what should be a long and happy life out there in the wild.
Let's go.
We get you home to see the family for dinner. You're a bit late. Come on, girl. It's been a while since you saw the big blue. And try to hold it for you, Emma.
I'm trying. Okay, let's go.
Okay, go, guys.
Good luck, Luke.
Sometimes turtles will hang around, they'll bob their head up, they'll try to get their bearings. For Fluky, there's none of that.
Good luck. Yeah.
Shadow, go.
Beautiful. Straight away under the wave.
Like a rocket. That is awesome.
Good result.
Incredible work.
Incredible.
That speed.
Amazing. She was ready to go.
Up until this point, Marina's really tried to put on quite a brave face, but seeing her girl disappear into the waves like that, all of a sudden, it's too much.
Giving her back to her home, to where she belongs.
Yeah.
And there's no greater gift than being able to do that, especially considering how sick she was.
Yeah.
So
Well done,
fantastic.
you. Well done.
Oh, team effort.
Want a little bit of a cuddle? We can fix you up.
At SASH, eye specialist Kelly Caruso is finishing her rounds before she heads off to Coffs Harbour for a very special operation.
I'm going to work on a fur seal.
No way!
Yeah, we're going to take a cataract out and hopefully give her some vision.
Goodness, that's awesome!
Yeah, it's really exciting.
I'm just a little bit jealous that Kelly gets to operate on a fur seal. I mean, they are one of my favourite animals, and to restore the sight on one of them, that would be amazing.
I'm going to get to work with my old mentor, Carmen Collitz, which...
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've heard she's awesome.
She's awesome.
Carmen Collitz is the guru when it comes to cataract surgery in marine animals. She travels around the world doing these sorts of operations. If we weren't so busy here, I would just tag along with Kelly.
Yes.
Fingers crossed the surgery goes well. And who knows, it's probably going to need a follow-up visit, and maybe I'll do that.
Let's give him a round of applause for that. Thank you, audience.
SASH eye specialist Kelly Caruso has arrived at the Pet Porpoise Pool in Coffs Harbour.
Thank you very much, Rob.
The show is on, but her patient, 15-year-old Pearl, is sidelined.
See, she's not really sure where we are, though.
No.
She's kind of having a look around. She knows we're here somewhere.
Big round of applause for Pearly then.
Just a short time ago, this old stager was one of the major stars.
It's really, really sad for us to see. You know, Pearly used to be a very, very outgoing, energetic seal, loves swimming around in our show, interacting with people.
Good girl, Pearl.
She's, you know, one of my favourite seals, to the point where we've got now where she can't really do much except float around in the pool. She's always worried about bumping into things or tripping over.
Bet you wish you could see us.
As a 2-year-old, Pearl was rescued after a fishing hook blinded her right eye.
Come on, girl, a little bit further. What's the step?
In the last month, a cataract has robbed the New Zealand fur seal of the sight in her left eye.
She doesn't even have a pupil, it's just slammed shut. And on top of that, I can just get a hint behind there of the cataract. She's really scared. I was hoping we wouldn't see such a bad cataract, but it's blinding her. So the only option is to surgically take it out.
If the cataract isn't removed, Pearl will be permanently blind. But putting a fur seal under anaesthetic is high risk.
All the team are aware when we do put Pearly under that she may not wake up, but we've all ultimately decided that we want the best life for Pearly we can possibly provide her. So we want to help her out and we want to get her eyesight back so that she can see and be happy once again.
It's a big day for you, girl. Oh, you so know something's up, don't you? Getting the lens out of there is delicate.
Lily.
But the biggest thing we're concerned about with a lot of these seals is that they can die under anesthesia. And that's the scariest part.
We've just got the ET tube in, which is an airway down the throat, and now we can breathe for her.
That'll work? Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. So we're good?
An elite team from the United States is standing by at the hospital.
Yep.
Kelly will be assisting Chief Surgeon and her mentor from America, Carmen Collitz.
Are you ready? You're ready. Okay. Step on the
Just
cords.
getting ready to enter the eye.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and make the incision. Seals have very tight pupils, so you have to work pretty hard to open them up. Okay.
Every minute under anaesthesia is touch and go for Pearl.
Come on, Pearly. You can do it.
With her worried friends looking on, there's huge pressure on the surgical team to get the operation done as quickly as possible.
There's obviously a huge emotional attachment between the trainers and animals. Plus, you know, Pearlie's kind of a sentimental favourite. So, fingers crossed for her.
Oh my God. A little bit nerve-wracking there. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that.
There she is. That's the cataract, that's the lens. Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a boy.
Got it.
Well done.
Ah, Pearlie. Time to suture. Mission accomplished.
But the relief is short-lived, and the team's worst fears are now being realised. Pearl is not regaining consciousness.
Is this the scariest part, waking her up?
Yeah, I just want to get her to start breathing on her own again.
Okay. Come on, Pearl. Come on, Pearlie. It's been about 45 minutes since surgery finished, and she still isn't taking fantastic breaths on her own. Come on, wakey, wakey.
So we got her this far. A few more minutes. Is that her opening her mouth?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Finally, she takes a breath.
When she took that breath, thank God, we were all just could breathe ourselves. I mean, it was just a magical moment.
Good luck to you, okay? You beautiful girl.
1, 2, 3.
It will be several hours before the team knows whether the operation has been a success. But Kelly is hopeful.
The first cataract that you remove in an animal and they wake up and they look around and they wonder what happened, it's the most amazing feeling as the person that removed the cataract. I think Pearl is going to have that same feeling. All of a sudden her world is light again. She's going to see things like she used to but didn't remember. So I think she's going to be pretty excited. Crumb, thanks so much for letting me come and do this.
Oh, golly.
Awesome. So, thank you. Appreciate it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So excited to see Pearl. I hope she's well. I'm here on holidays with my husband, Brad, and I said to him that I'm just dying to pop in and see Pearl, see how she's recovered after the surgery. I just can't wait to meet her.
Good girl.
It's been 2 months since Pearl's operation. Her eyesight is back, and so is her confidence.
Hello, Pearl. When I saw her see me, it was amazing.
Oh, butterfly kisses.
She's happy and she's in good spirits.
Oh, darling, thank you.
The eye actually looks fantastic. I mean, you can see that she's got vision in it, she's interacting, it's not swollen, it's healed up beautifully.
I know she's a vet, Pearl, but come on up, just give her a nice big hug there.
Ah! She's back in action, she's performing tricks, and I'm so glad that it's worked out that way.
There you go, Pearl. I knew you had it in you. She still got it. Big round of applause for Pearlie there. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
I look at her, brings tears to my eyes. Honestly, it is one of the most touching experiences of my life.
Got a funny feeling today is going to be, well, different.
Chris has been invited to the Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium for a shark encounter with a difference.
Rob?
Hey, Chris, how
How are you? Hey, good to see
Doing
you.
the same. Nice to meet you.
Today, as part of Rob's team, I'm undertaking artificial insemination of sharks. It's safe to say they never taught us this at vet school. It sounds like you've got an interesting day planned.
We do, Chris. We'll catch a couple of these white-tip reef sharks that are just here. We'll get a male and a female and we'll bring them up to the lock. And with the males, we'll try and extract some semen. And then after we've done that, we'll examine the female, we'll ultrasound her, and then we'll probably put the semen into her.
Aquarium vet Dr Rob Jones is a world leader in shark artificial insemination.
Today we're going to inseminate one of our female sharks, and the idea is that through these procedures we develop the techniques that we can then use to save the endangered shark species. The main one that we're concerned with is the grey nurse shark, which is critically endangered on the east coast of Australia, and we're down to less than 1,500 in the wild.
There are only a very small number of grey nurse sharks in captivity, so Chris and an aquarium dive team will enter the main tank and capture a male and female white-tip reef shark. These sharks will be used as a surrogate species on which artificial insemination techniques can be perfected.
I'm sure when I walk in here today, Rob's thinking, this has to be the first time Chris has ever caught a shark. It's not true. A little while ago, I had to pull a live shark out of Bronte Ocean Pool. That wasn't easy, but today I've got a funny feeling the sharks are going to be bigger and possibly more of a challenge.
John, this is Chris.
Hey Chris,
How are you?
all set to get suited up?
You bet.
Beautiful, beautiful. This should just about do it, I reckon. Is that the biggest you've got? Yeah, you'd stretch out. They're pretty good at stretching, so that'll be a good fit. Look at that. Be all right. Fantastic. Fit you like a glove.
I've handled a lot of animals, but when it comes to handling sharks, it's entirely different. Everything is on their terms. You're in their environment, plus they're incredibly unpredictable. So today, there's going to be some tense moments.
Great thing is, now I look like a seal. Sharks hate seals, right?
Get this on now?
Yep, let's go.
Once we've entered the tank, theoretically, the plan is simple. We locate the white-tip shark. It should be sitting underneath a rock. That's its usual hiding place. From there, we give a bit of a tap on the nose. As it rushes out, net on front of it, net on the back of it. Hopefully, then we put a shark.
Here they come. No, you got it. Well done. Good on you, Chris. That's fantastic.
Sharks have been around for hundreds of millions of years for a reason. They're cluey and they can almost sense when something's not quite right. This shark's no different. The moment we start to surround it, it makes a run for it. Once we can get one net around him, it's a matter of getting another net on top, and from there, he should be able to escape. The moment I grab hold of the net, I can really feel the raw power of this shark. He's thrashing around and clearly doesn't like his situation. He's got no idea what's coming next.
Here they come. Well done. Number 2.
Now that this shark is out of its normal tank, stress levels are starting to rise, so we have to move quickly. Got to move double speed. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more different, these are the examination gloves. Steel mesh. Your sharks bite. One question. Who is doing the act to get the sample?
Yep, that would be me.
Good.
We'll give you the tube to put it in.
Okay.
Jonathan Daly will be carrying out the delicate task.
Another steering net.
But first, the team must catch their sperm donor.
Keep it in water. Keep it in water.
You got it?
Nah, not yet. Hold on. Take them in out. Hold that back end of him so he doesn't kick as he comes out. Okay, we're good to go.
The team have just 10 minutes to perform the procedure. Any longer and they risk the shark becoming too stressed.
So we've got some water running over his mouth there with some oxygen to keep him oxygenated while we work on this.
Because normally you have to rely on swimming to get the oxygen through his gills. Yep. Now we've managed to get this shark stabilised, onto his back and oxygenated. It's time for John to work his magic.
So what we're doing is we're just feeling for the lower reproductive tract and just putting a little tiny bit of pressure on that. And then we're able just to express some sperm into our tube.
It's pretty delicate at both ends now because obviously the front end's got the teeth, but the back end's where all the action's happening, and you just don't want him to move too much at the crucial moment. We've done.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. So it's really just a little tickle over the important part there.
Yeah.
And it stimulates him enough that he actually produces the sperm there.
Are we done, John? Yep. We've got a good sample, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
With the procedure now over, the shark can be released.
Roll him towards us, and then on the count of three we'll let go. So 1, 2, 3. That's it. Beautiful.
Well done.
But before insemination, the sperm must be examined to make sure it's a live sample.
So now the big test, huh?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Let's see how this looks under the microscope.
One of the things we have to do is to actually mix the sperm with the salt water. That actually activates the sperm and wakes them up, and that replicates the actual mating process when the two sharks mate.
Is there a certain percentage you're looking for of sperm that are actually moving?
Preferably up around 80 or 90% moving would be good.
They look like long corkscrews.
They do, don't they?
They're busy. Dancing. They're ready for action.
Absolutely.
The moment I see all those twisty little guys doing their thing in there, I know it's going to happen. We're ready for the next step. Okay, so same situation as before. Catch our shark, female this time, roll her over. Then you work your magic of a different kind. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Chris and the veterinary team need to catch a female white-tip reef shark so she can be artificially inseminated.
The thing I noticed straight away with this female is she's a lot bigger than the male, almost 50% bigger, which could mean 50% more of a challenge. She comes. You got her? Yeah.
With the female now under control, the team will conduct an ultrasound of the shark's ovaries to make sure they're healthy, but they will have to work fast.
So same rules here, 10 minutes?
10 minutes. Yep. Clock is counting.
All right, okay.
Lots of water flow up the front, lots of oxygen. So the first thing we'll do is ultrasound her.
Yeah.
When we're working on the female, it's the same as the male. We set a ceiling of 10 minutes, and that's really for the welfare of the shark.
So we're searching for the ovary now?
Yeah, we're looking for the ovary.
Yep. The fact is there's no point putting her through this whole procedure unless she's actually ovulated recently. If there are no eggs, there's nothing for the sperm to find. And just looking for follicles and...
Yeah, egg follicles. If we can see some good ovarian development, some good egg development, then we'll be putting the semen in.
Yep. Thankfully, the moment we look at the ovaries, we can see they've just ovulated. It's perfect timing.
5 minutes, all right, the clock's counting down, we've got to keep going.
All right, so this is really the critical moment now.
Yeah, time to inseminate.
The shark has now been held for over 5 minutes.
Start by loading up the tube.
Meaning that it's crucial the insemination takes place right now.
Okay, she's just tensing up a bit. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
All right, in the right spot. With a simple push on the syringe, that's it there.
That's it, there we go.
Semen's gone in, she's inseminated with not much time to go. Well, there we go.
We'll roll her back over. Just point her away from the wall.
With the procedure now over, the shark can be released back into the tank.
Yep, she's off.
Cool. Well done.
Well done. Good.
Good job, mate.
There we go.
Very good.
It's definitely not every day you get to inseminate a shark, and in fact we've probably only done it a handful of times. But Chris has actually done very, very well and can be pretty proud of himself actually after today.
Good stuff.
Excellent.
Job done.
Yeah.
The hope is that the shark will fall pregnant and eventually give birth to the aquarium's first ever shark pup to be born in captivity by artificial insemination. If it works, the program will help threatened shark species in the wild, in particular the critically endangered grey nurse shark.
That was an anxious time for all of us, but now it's another nervous wait for 3 or 4 months before we know if it's been successful, if she's pregnant.
It's been 8 weeks since Chris helped out with the shark insemination program at the Sea Life Aquarium in Melbourne.
So this is really the critical moment now.
Yeah, time to inseminate. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Yep.
All right, in the right spot. With a simple push on the syringe, that's it there.
That's it. There we go.
The semen's gone in, she's inseminated. She's all right?
Yep, she's off.
Whew. Well done.
Aquarium staff are yet to confirm if this shark is pregnant, but there is some good news. A baby shark in the nursery.
Patricia is a small baby brown banded bamboo shark. She's the first shark born in Australia from artificial insemination. It's the first time in the world that that species has been bred with artificial insemination, and it's the first time for any shark or ray species that semen has been transported from one facility to another with a successful insemination and a live birth.
Dr Rob Jones and his team are keeping their fingers crossed that there will be more babies on the way.
Look, the fact that we've had this success with this brown banded bamboo shark means that when we did the white tips with Chris here, we can now be a lot more optimistic about the outcome of that insemination.
Hi Alan, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much indeed.
I hear you've got a job for me.
In London, Scott's taking a call from his good friend Alan from the organisation British Divers Marine Life Rescue.
We've got a seal in Teddington Lock and it has a horrible great big hook in its top lip with a big fishing lure on it, and it's not able to eat very well, so we're worried that he's going to lose weight. So what we're going to do is try and get him out of there, hopefully tomorrow. And if you come down and actually try and get the hook out, that would really help us.
I've known Alan for many years now, and he really is an amazing guy. He set up the incredible British Divers Marine Life Rescue many years ago to help with injured sea life. And he has called me out all over the place. He's called me out in Cornwall and also to Norfolk. But this time round, it's just around the corner, only about a mile away from the practices. This rescue is in the River Thames.
You can see that.
Oh, I see. And there's the lure right there. Wow.
I think it's in the top lip, so.
I really hope so. I've seen this in dogs, and as we both know, they're kind of like the dogs of the ocean in their anatomy. And what I'm thinking with that is seeing it is we almost need to try and chock something in between its molars to keep its mouth open for me to be able to lift that front muzzle back, and hopefully it is going to be just in the lip, because if it's in the hard palate, that's going to be a little bit more challenging.
That's going to be difficult.
Next day, a dozen volunteers are gathering at Teddington Lock on the River Thames, where the seal has been corralled.
It's pretty heartbreaking to see this seal in the lock. It's only been in the area about a week, and literally on its first or second day here, it's got this hook stuck in its mouth, which if left will probably cause its end. It will struggle to be able to eat. Eventually that will lead to starvation and death. So it's incredibly important that we remove this fish hook. Oh, hello. I can't wait to get that out of your mouth. Hey?
I'm feeling a lot of mixed emotions right now. Obviously very excited as a vet to get my hands on my patient and just to see what kind of damage those hooks have done to this beautiful seal's mouth. But at the same time, I am quite nervous about the seal's mouth because they can lash out when they're nervous, they can bite really hard, they've got a lot of nasty bacteria in their mouth, and those infections can lead to a worst case scenario of an amputation of a limb.
But before Scott can extract the fish hook, the seal must first be captured.
So should we get the net out, see if we can line it up a bit?
No easy task in a lock that's 30 metres long. The plan is to sink a massive net into the lock and encourage the seal to swim towards it.
So that's going to go down one. That's going to go down one side of the wall.
Adding to the complexity of the operation, London is battling a severe COVID-19 outbreak, so the rescuers must remain vigilant around the virus as well.
Oh no! So phase one is getting the net in the water, which we've managed to achieve, but our prey is elusive. Is just swimming around over there, having a lovely time, but staying very much away from the net. So phase two is getting the boats in the water and trying to encourage the seal to go over the net. This is a terrifying moment for the seal. It doesn't know that we're trying to help it, and it really is fighting for its life. Okay, lift it up. Yep. There's been occasions where the rescuers have tried to rescue animals like this and they've died because of stress. Today I really do need to be prepared for anything.
All right, coming up.
That's it. It's all right. Yeah, well, actually, I think that it's already pulled out. That's it. Let's have a look. Has anyone got a towel? Okay, baby. Yeah, I know you're grumpy. Good girl.
Just get that over its eyes. That's it. Right, and same again. Yep, that's perfect. Well done. Thank you. I think unbelievably, the net has actually done my work for me in that it was present in the muzzle just here. But as,
in the lip then, not in the gut.
yeah, so definitely in the lip.
So what I'm going to try and do is just get this in between the teeth. Okay, so if you can just do a little bit of a release.
We then used the very technical bit of hose to shove in his mouth so I could check his hard palate at the top of his mouth.
There we go. That's it. Well done. Okay, bite on that. Get angry on that. There we go. Well done. So now I can just see, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so hard palate's perfectly fine, Alan. Yeah. So we're all good there.
Fantastic.
We've got quite a bit of swelling here. You can see the disparity between the two sides. So
I guess you'd expect that, really.
Absolutely. Tied a fish hook in my face for a few days. I think that's been pretty swollen.
And the great news is that although very swollen, there wasn't any other major damage beyond that. All of his teeth are healthy, there is no damage to the gums, and there's certainly no suggestion here that this seal won't make a full recovery.
After a shot of antibiotics, the seal is ready to be transported to a release site near a seal colony downriver.
Ready? Get on that door. Someone on the door. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Yes, you are.
But before the young seal heads off on the next leg of his journey, there's one more surprise.
We've just traced the tag and he's come all the way from Holland.
Well, that's confusing, there's no clogs.
So it's a male harbour seal called Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was admitted as a pup in Peterborough and released last August.
It's amazing.
They travel around quite a lot.
From Holland to Teddington. Wow. I love the fact that he's got a British name of a British icon and he decided to return to the UK. I think they went pretty well, Alan.
I'm delighted, actually. It takes a little bit of organising and everybody came from all over the country, but as you saw, it either takes 5 minutes or it can take 5 days, so we're really pleased that it went so quickly. So the right thing to do is to take him down to the estuary now. We'll take him down to Sheppey and we'll release him in the Thames estuary, and he's then got a choice. There's a colony there, so he can either join the colony or he can go back to Holland. So we're really pleased.
Been a very good day. The sun's shining. We've got a lot of happy people here who have given up their Saturday, travelled a huge way to rescue a seal. And some people might go, you know what, it's just a seal. But these creatures deserve our respect, deserve to live and be healthy. So it's just great to have been a part of rescuing him, and now he's going to go off and enjoy a wonderful life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kate, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen for more great content. And for free, exclusive, never seen before Bondi Vet stories, you can sign up to bondipet.com, and you can do so via the link in the description.